Welcome back to Limq Plus, everyone. On this channel, I'm 100%ing Breath of the Wild by a bit every day until Tears of the Kingdom comes out, which is today in 12 days. I have another theory I want to talk about today, and it's probably going to be one of the last theory videos on this channel, because I want to preface this video by saying there's rumors that Tears of the Kingdom has leaked. So far we've only seen a collector's edition box without the actual game in it. People are claiming to have it, but there's no real evidence of a leak or the game surfacing yet. I also want to say that this theory will be about what I believe is the third big theme other than light and gloom, day and night, the good and evil in Tears of the Kingdom, which is going to be the spiritual world, spiritual awakening and enlightenment. And this theory could explain things as to why Sidon and Tulin are glowing in some shots in Tears of the Kingdom, what the third Shikai could be about, and a little bit more about the Tears in general. But I do want to start this with a little bit of a rant. I've been basically getting comments constantly, not really frequently, like most of you just seem to enjoy these videos and me rambling about different ideas for Tears of the Kingdom, but I do always occasionally get this comment that's basically, oh my god, Limq pisses me off so much, he's so stubborn about his theories, I'm really mad. I'm not stubborn about any of this. What I am is I'm excited. I'm excited about this time, I'm excited about all of the possibilities that this game could have, and I love speculating and theorizing about them. I'm ready to be wrong about every single thing I mentioned or talked about in this channel. For all I know, Sidon and Tulin could be glowing in the trailer because they just got their favorite H-pop idol light stick that they're carrying with them. If you are annoyed at me getting excited about the possibilities of Tears of the Kingdom, then click off this video right now. Don't return to this channel, and there's that. But if you do want to listen to a little bit more speculation, I actually had a pretty long discussion in my Discord yesterday with a bunch of people, and I thought it was interesting that I left off yesterday's episode at exactly this point. I don't know if Garini will still say the exact same thing here. It doesn't seem to be that way. But when you first get to this specific location in the game, and you can actually see it because it's nighttime right now, this monument here has glowing glyphs around it. And this color reminded me of that color that Tulin and Sidon are basically glowing in Tears of the Kingdom. It's this spirit color that we also see in Luminous Stone. So when you first get to Garini here, who I believe actually has like these swirl patterns on his outfit as well, which is probably not related to it. He's talking about the fact that this place and this monument in general has kind of like a spiritual aura about it. If you think about it, Tears of the Kingdom in general, we talked about this before, the entire logo is kind of in that spirit color. We've already seen the fact that the Deku tree seems to have disappeared, and other trees, cherry blossom trees, which are believed to be the home of the Kami and the spirits, like the Lord of the Mountain in Breath of the Wild, have popped up everywhere, so it seems to be a more common theme. Now, how does this relate to the Shikai? I think basically the symbolism of the Shikai, we see one on Richard's forehead, which is currently closed, kind of symbolizes the opening of the third eye, the awakening, enlightenment. These themes are pretty strong in Tears of the Kingdom, in the sense of that we have lotus buds everywhere. This is something we talked about on multiple videos before. But how does this relate potentially to actual gameplay? There's another piece of this monument, by the way. Obviously, in the game, you have to photograph them to get the shrine that I just did out of the ground in the first place. But I have changed my belief on Tears a little bit. I personally have talked about this theory before on Ratatosk's channel, that what I always believe was interesting is that Tears of the Kingdom, when it shows up in the trailer, has this animation where the logo shows up and there's like a light that shines almost in like a prism type effect, and you see different colors, rainbow colors of sorts. My belief about the Tears is a little bit different these days, in that I think they don't necessarily come with a power already inside of them. Like, at this point, I'm not sure if there's going to be a recall tier, and a light tier, and a water tier, and a wind tier. At this point, I more so believe that these tiers or magatamas are basically something like prisms. They're essentially just empty stones that one has to fill with their own emotions after potentially enlightening to be able to shine their own light into these tiers, and depending on your emotion, depending on your drive, it will get a different power and a different color. This could tie into the fact that Sidon would be the one getting like a blue water tier, and Tulin would be the one getting a green wind tier. Now, how would that tie into the potential that at one point these champions are going to be fighting on our side and they're going to be glowing in this spiritual color? I basically believe, other than the fact that we are going to have to deal with the huge conflict between light and darkness in Tears of the Kingdom, that is going to be our job as Link to make sure that these new heroes awaken to their power. They open their third eye, they enlighten. And I believe that's essentially why we are in the dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom. I think of the dungeons in a different way now. I think there's a good chance that they're going to be basically... There's going to be two portions of them. In Breath of the Wild, the two portions of every dungeon is essentially attacking the Divine Beast. And then once you're inside the Divine Beast, there's different puzzles you have to conquer and defeat the Blight. Basically rid it of the evil root that has overcome the Divine Beast and is controlling it now. And I could see it being somewhat similar in Tears of the Kingdom, but from a different theme. Maybe you have to take these new champions, because obviously our goal is going to be to deal with Ganondorf and the pure evil that has overcome the kingdom. And we need new champions, some have referred to them as sages, to be able to rid Hyrule of this evil. And I think we're going to be taking these champions to the specific issues that are basically attacking the kingdom, which in Zora's Domain is the fact that the water has run stale, it's muddy, and it's infested and polluted. In Zora's Domain, in Reach of Village, we have the big windstorm. In Goron City or Death Mountain, we have these like gloom or malice infested rocks. And I think we're going to be taking our champions or sages to the root of these issues. And what I believe we will find at these roots, at the root of these issues, are going to be similar monuments or similar entrances to what we just saw right there at the fragmented monument next to the Kaya Shrine. I think there will be entrances in some sort of spiritual silent realm, and don't get scared, I don't believe the silent realm to be the silent realm from Skyward Sword where it's like super scary, but Monster Maze made a good video about what the silent realms actually are, in the sense that they are a manifestation of Link's spirit, mind. You have to go there to awaken, to self-reflect. I think this is why the mirror, for example, in Twilight Princess is also used as an entrance to the Twilight Realm. It's kind of like you have to self-reflect. And I believe that's what these heroes and sages are going to have to do to enlighten, awaken, and fill their Magatama with their own light, their own power. That's basically the conclusion we came to in my Discord. And again, this could be completely wrong. Maybe there is a water tier. Maybe, again, Sidon just came from his favorite H-pop concert. But I think this makes a little bit of sense, given the themes, the logos of the game, and some hints that we have. So again, I believe Link and this new sage or champion will go to the root cause of the problem that's present in Hyrule's world, and then they are going to enter the spirit realm. Now, it looks like Link, just like in Skyward Sword and in the past, has the ability, for whatever reason, maybe because of his arm that Richard gave him, or because he is the hero, or because Zelda refers to him as Hyrule's light in the opening of Breath of the Wild. I think he has the ability to physically go into these realms, but I don't think our heroes or sages are going to do that. And I think this could potentially explain why they have this spiritual glow, I'm calling it that because it's the same color, around them in the trailer. I think our new sages might actually enter these areas literally spiritually, mentally. They're going to be overcoming these things in their mind. In the sense of Sidon, it could be like, if we want to take it really like symbolistic, it could be like Sidon has to overcome the pollution in his mind or whatever, from wherever that would have been caused, maybe because he has been affected by gloom and he's actually lost his smile. Okay, let's just run with this theory. Maybe when we meet Sidon, he is actually kind of depressed, kind of sad, because the gloom has attacked its kingdom and God knows what else is going on. And maybe we have to take him to the silent realm to get rid of that pollution. Just like completely symbolic speaking. This could all be physical and there's actual goop that shoots around everywhere. But I think you can also take it to a symbolic level. And once you're able to guide him through there to get to the end of this dungeon, maybe he's going to be able to awaken, enlighten, and wake up as a new sage with a power on his tier. This is where I believe Tears of the Kingdom could be taking our story to a little bit. Mainly, not only because the logo seems to be glowing in the same color that all of the spirits do. I think it's also related to the disappearance of the Deku tree, new cherry blossom trees sprouting everywhere in the world, and just even if you look up a little bit what Magatamas, which is what tears are inspired from, represent. They kind of represent the health of one's spirit. So if it's empty at first and has to be filled with emotion or something like that, the power of friendship, wherever you want to take that, I think that could be a theme that they might cover. Now, in the game, this could also not really show up like that at all, and it could actually stay symbolic. Like, oh god, this is actually a pretty hard wind bomb to do, so it's a little bit harder to focus on what I'm saying. So maybe these things will not actually come up in the story. Again, like I said, maybe they won't be coming up at all, but I believe there's a chance that, at least from a symbolic perspective, these might be themes that Tears of the Kingdom will cover. Please don't fall off. This shrine is a classic. Maybe I'll go for a different thread instead of this wind bomb, because sometimes you fall over and then you're kind of stuck in the water and lose a lot of time. So reloading is the best strategy. Do you believe spiritual awakenings in the spirit realm will be at all related to Tears of the Kingdom story? And are you angry right now that I talked about this theory? By the way, I'm really sorry. Sometimes these comments do get to me, and I know that a majority of the people watching these videos are either lurking, chilling, and enjoying the excitement for Tears of the Kingdom and theories and stuff like that. So I do want to try to keep talking like that to a minimum, but at the same time, if you genuinely have an issue of people getting excited, even if you think they're completely wrong, then I don't even want you in this channel in the first place. But I know that the majority of you are not like that. I am genuinely still interested in your thoughts, and don't feel like you can still absolutely tell me many reasons as to what I was saying is wrong, because I always like to reflect on what I think and build my opinion as I go. And then when May 12th eventually arrives and the game comes out, I'm ready to be proven wrong, entirely wrong anyway, and just enjoy my game. With that being said, I want to once again say that I will probably tune down theories and like story type stuff a little bit more now and focus on more general themes. Tomorrow I want to talk about the fact that Tears of the Kingdom is kind of leading up to be this giant fusion of all Zelda games, not necessarily in terms of story, but in terms of elements that we have actually seen in the game. And I'll probably keep it a little bit more general and a little bit more focused on the countdown, because we are close to 10 days away from the game. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will actually be participating in an All Shrines relay race today on Zelda Speedruns, a Twitch channel if you want to check that out. That's going to be at 7 Central European summertime. But I hope you enjoy your weekend. Like I said, enjoy the last couple of days before we get our game. Thank you for watching. Peace.